In being conference champions last season, our team has worked very hard to be back-to-back champions this past year. Our journey started in the beginning of our preseason. The beginning of our year is one of the best times in being a softball player at Lake Forest College because we start our preseason. Our preseason is always filled with many team bonding events such as homecoming, team dinners, Halloween, and team outings. Along with the fun events, we do partake in 7 a.m. workouts 2 days a week as well as lifting the other 3. Although this seems to be a lot, as a collective whole, the team agrees that the preseason is more relaxed than the actual season in being able to balance athletics and academics. Our official season journey to the Midwest Conference Championship officially started January 27th. Due to the fact that our field was covered in snow, our team had to practice indoors for 7 weeks in preparation for our first games over spring break. The majority of our time was spent in the weight room lifting and in the main gym practicing. Getting strong in the weight room has proved to be a great benefit for our team in allowing us to lead the conference in home runs. Practicing indoors also allowed for us to really focus on our fundamentals and make sure that we were practicing perfect in order for game time. To a close, our team gets ready to play our first 10 games of the season in Clermont, Florida. This week in Florida is something that many consider to be one of the highlights of the entire season.
I look forward to Florida every year because it gives us the chance to play in warm weather for 10 games. This year in Florida we went 9-1 and it was awesome to see all our hard work pay off. We spent the first 7 weeks indoors, so having the opportunity to play on real dirt was refreshing. The best part about Florida is that most of our families fly down to come support us and see the team play.
As a team, we play our best overall in Florida because we are able to focus on being an athlete. During spring break, our academics take the back burner and all of our efforts can go into the sport we love. After spring break, time management becomes critical in our success on the field and in the classroom. During our official season, our time is split between the library and the field. Sometimes it can be very stressful trying to commit 100% of your attention to the task at hand. It is hard while at softball not to think about upcoming schoolwork.
Like we would play and then go back to the hotel and study, and that made it a little more difficult to focus on softball and then switch and focus on school.
I didn't have that hard a time during season because my class loads are mostly classes were at seminar based, but when it came to the conference tournament, I ended up actually having to stay up until 1 a.m. finishing a 25-page single-space paper the night before the conference championship.
Every year, our conference tournament is the same weekend as our final exams. The situation can be extremely difficult if people don't get a head start on all of their work or plan accordingly, because sometimes we're at the field for a longer time period than we had anticipated. This ultimately can create a great variety of issues if people haven't started or even thought about planning ahead in completing their work.
I was kind of forced to put softball first just because you can't just not play in a game and you can't just not, be with the team. So sometimes I feel like even though in my brain school is first, sometimes it's hard to actually make school first.
difficult to balance finals and softball during the conference tournament, our team still managed to come out victorious. Being a student athlete takes hard work and dedication both on the field and in the classroom. When the two conflict, such as during the conference tournament, it can be stressful, but rewards and accomplishments like winning conference tournament for the second consecutive year make it all worthwhile.